First contact. The night sky above the Arecibo Observatory in Puerto Rico shimmered with countless stars, a celestial tapestry that had captivated humanity for millennia. Dr. Ilara Chen sat at her workstation, her dark eyes reflecting the glow of multiple computer screens. The gentle hum of sophisticated equipment filled the room, a soothing white noise that had become as familiar to her as her own heartbeat. As the lead xenolinguist at the SETI Institute, Ilara had spent countless nights like this, listening to the whispers of the cosmos, searching for that elusive signal that would change everything. Tonight, however, felt different. There was an electricity in the air, a tension that made the hairs on the back of her neck stand up. Suddenly, a series of rapid beats cut through the ambient noise. Ilara's head snapped up, her fingers flying across the keyboard as she tried to isolate the source. Her heart raced as she realized what she was seeing. "This can't be," she muttered, double-checking the readings. But there was no mistake. The signal was clear, strong, and undeniably artificial. After years of searching, they had finally found it, proof of intelligent life beyond Earth. Ilara's fingers trembled as she reached for her phone, punching in a number she knew by heart. "Director Alvarez, it's Chen. We've got something. You need to see this." Within hours, the observatory was buzzing with activity. Scientists from various disciplines huddled around screens, arguing theories and possibilities. But it was Ilara who held the key to unlocking the message hidden within the signal. As she worked tirelessly to decode the alien transmission, the world outside the observatory walls continued in blissful ignorance. News channels debated politics and celebrities, unaware that history was being made in a quiet corner of Puerto Rico. Days turned into weeks as Ilara and her team worked around the clock. The message was complex, utilizing mathematical concepts that pushed the boundaries of human understanding. But with each passing day, they inched closer to cracking the code. It was a quiet Tuesday morning when Ilara finally broke through. As the translated message scrolled across her screen, her face drained of color. "Oh God," she whispered, her voice barely audible. The message was a warning, a desperate plea from a distant civilization, alerting Earth to an impending threat. An aggressive, technologically advanced species known as the Exorax had already conquered countless worlds, and Earth was next in their path. Ilara's hands shook as she compiled her findings into a report. This wasn't just a scientific discovery anymore. It was a matter of global security. As she sent the report to the highest levels of government, she couldn't help but feel the weight of responsibility crushing down on her shoulders. Within hours, the observatory was swarming with government officials and military personnel. Ilara found herself whisked away to a secure facility, where she briefed room after room of stern-faced individuals on the contents of the alien message. "How much time do we have?" a gruff general asked, his voice cutting through the tense silence that followed Ilara's presentation. Ilara swallowed hard. "Based on the information in the message, we estimate that Atarax will reach Earth in approximately 6 months. The room erupted into chaos. Voices shouted over one another, arguing about the validity of the threat and the best course of action. Through it all, Ilara stood silently, her mind racing with the implications of what was to come. As the days passed, the world's governments struggled to come to terms with the impending invasion. Some leaders advocated for full disclosure to the public, while others insisted on maintaining secrecy to prevent global panic. In the end, a compromise was reached, a gradual release of information, framed as a potential threat rather than a certainty. Ilara watched from the sidelines as the world slowly came to grips with the reality of alien life. She saw the fear in people's eyes, the disbelief, and occasionally the hope. But she knew the truth, that Exorax were not coming in peace. As Earth's defenses were hastily bolstered, Ilara threw herself into her work. The alien message contained fragments of the Exorax language, and she was determined to learn as much as she could before they arrived. Every scrap of information could be the key to humanity's survival. Months passed in a blur of sleepless nights and caffeine-fueled breakthroughs. Ilara's team grew, incorporating linguists, cryptographers, and even science fiction authors in an attempt to understand and predict Sorak's behavior. As the estimated arrival date drew near, an eerie calm settled over the planet. It was as if the entire world was holding its breath, waiting for the storm to break. Elara found herself standing on the roof of the research facility one night, staring up at the stars that no longer seemed benign. "Where are you?" she whispered to the void, her words carried away by the cool night breeze. "What will you do when you get here?" As if in answer, a bright light streaked across the sky. For a moment, Elara's heart stopped, thinking the invasion had begun, but it was just a shooting star, a brief flare of beauty in the vast darkness. Elara closed her eyes, taking a deep breath. Whatever happened next, she knew that humanity would face it together. They had come too far, achieved too much, to go down without a fight. As she turned to go back inside, a notification chimed on her tablet. New data from deep space telescopes had arrived. With a mixture of dread and determination, Elara headed back to her lab. The real work was just beginning. Little did she know that in the coming days, weeks, and months, her knowledge and skills would be put to the ultimate test. The fate of humanity would rest, in part, on her ability to understand and outsmart an alien species hell-bent on conquest. As the first signs of dawn broke over the horizon, Elara Chen squared her shoulders and stepped back into the facility. Whatever that Axorax had in store for Earth, she was ready to face it head-on. The greatest challenge in human history was about to begin, and she was determined to see humanity emerge victorious. The stage was set, the players were in motion, and the future of Earth hung in the balance. As Elara immersed herself once more in the alien data, she couldn't shake the feeling that this was just the beginning of a story that would echo through the ages, a tale of human resilience, ingenuity, and the indomitable will to survive against all odds. The Quantum Nexus. The Axorax invasion fleet emerged from hyperspace in a dazzling display of otherworldly technology, their ships resembling massive, undulating jellyfish made of liquid metal. As they approached Earth's orbit, humanity held its collective breath, waiting for the first strike. But it never came. Instead, a piercing, multidimensional signal broadcast across every electronic device on the planet. Dr. Elara Chen, hunched over her quantum computer in the underground bunker of the Global Defense Initiative, GDI, felt a jolt of electricity course through her body as the alien transmission began. It's rewriting my neural patterns," she gasped, her eyes wide with a mixture of terror and fascination. Around her, fellow scientists and military personnel convulsed, their minds being reshaped by the alien signal. As quickly as it began, the transmission ended. Elara blinked, her mind buzzing with new alien concepts. She looked around the room, seeing the same bewildered expression on her colleagues' faces. "Is everyone okay?" General Zhao asked, his usually stern voice tinged with uncertainty. Elara nodded slowly. I think they just uploaded their language into our brains." Before anyone could respond, every screen in the bunker flickered to life, displaying the face of Axorax. Its features were hauntingly beautiful, a swirling mass of iridescent tentacles framing eyes that seemed to contain entire galaxies. "Greetings, humans," the alien spoke, its words perfectly understandable thanks to the neural upload. "We are the Axorax, and we come not as conquerors, but as harbingers of a grave threat to all sentient life." The room fell silent, tension thick in the air. "Your planet stands at a cosmic crossroads," the Axorax continued. "In precisely 72 of your Earth hours, a quantum rift will open above your world. This rift leads to a parallel universe where organic life has been eradicated by a silicon-based hive mind known as the Syntherian." Murmurs of disbelief rippled through the bunker. Elara's mind raced, trying to process the implications of what she was hearing. "We have been pursuing the Syntherian across multiple dimensions, attempting to prevent their incursion into new realities. Your Earth is their next target." General Zhao stepped forward, his voice firm. "And why should we believe you?" How do we know this isn't some elaborate ruse to lower our defenses? The XRX eyes seem to shimmer with something akin to sadness. We understand your skepticism. We will transmit all our data on the Syntherian threat to your systems. But know this, we cannot fight this battle alone. The unique properties of your planet's core make it the perfect staging ground for a multi-dimensional defense. As if on cue, data streams began flooding the GDI's servers. Ilara's fingers flew across her keyboard, her enhanced mind processing the information at incredible speeds. "It's true," she breathed, her voice filled with awe. Earth's core, it's a nexus point for quantum entanglement across multiple realities. We're not just defending our Earth, we're the linchpin for an entire multiverse of Earths. The implications were staggering. Humanity had gone from fearing alien invasion to being thrust into a multidimensional war for the survival of organic life across countless realities. "We offer an alliance," the XRX said. "Combine our advanced technology with your species' remarkable adaptability and ingenuity. Together, we may stand a chance against the Syntherian threat." General Zhao looked to Ilara, his eyes questioning. She nodded slowly, her mind already formulating strategies based on the newly acquired alien knowledge. "We accept," Zhao said firmly. What followed was the most intense 72 hours in human history. Thorax ships landed across the globe, delivering advanced technology and working alongside human scientists and engineers to prepare Earth's defenses. Ilara found herself working closely with a Thorax scientist named Zixel. Together, they developed a quantum resonance field that would disrupt the Syntherians' silicon-based neural networks. As the deadline approached, a sense of unity swept across the planet. Old rivalries were set aside as nations pooled their resources. Ordinary citizens volunteered en masse, ready to play their part in the defense of not just their world, but countless others. With mere minutes to spare, Earth's new defenses were in place. A network of quantum beacons encircled the globe, ready to create a multidimensional barrier. Retrofitted satellites armed with thorax weaponry stood guard in orbit. As the final seconds ticked away, Ilara stood in the GDI's command center, her hand unconsciously intertwined with Zixel's tentacle. On the main screen, a countdown displayed the time remaining until the quantum rift was set to appear. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The sky above Earth split open, a yawning chasm of swirling energy tearing through the fabric of reality. Through the rift, they could see the Syntherian Armada, a vast, glittering swarm of machine intelligences poised to invade. "All units engage," General Zhao's voice boomed through the command center. The quantum beacons flared to life, creating a shimmering dome around the planet. XRX ships, joined by Earth's own hybrid fighters, streamed towards the rift. As the battle began, Ilara and Zixel raced to fine-tune the quantum resonance field. The fate of not just their world, but countless others across the multiverse, hung in the balance. The war for Earth's quantum nexus had begun, and failure was not an option. Humanity, standing shoulder to shoulder with their new alien allies, faced the greatest challenge of their existence. The next few hours would determine the fate of organic life across multiple dimensions. As energy weapons lit up the sky and the quantum rift pulsed with otherworldly power, one thing became clear. This was a fight that would echo across eternity, a symphony of survival played out on a cosmic scale. The biomorphic resonance. As the battle raged in Earth's orbit, Dr. Ilara Chen made a startling discovery that would change the course of the war. Deep in the GDI's quantum lab, surrounded by holographic displays of interdimensional data, she noticed an anomaly in the Syntherians' attack patterns. "Zixel, look at this," she called to her Thorax partner. "The Syntherian aren't just attacking randomly. There's a pattern, almost like a heartbeat." Zixel finished, his tentacles rippling with excitement. "Ilara, I believe you've discovered something unprecedented." Their breakthrough came at a crucial moment. Despite Earth's advanced defenses and the Athorax alliance, the Syntherian were adapting at an alarming rate. Conventional weapons, even those enhanced by alien technology, were becoming less effective by the hour. Ilara's mind raced, piecing together a theory that seemed almost too fantastic to be true. What if the Syntherian aren't just machines? She posited. What if they're a silicon-based life form that evolved to mimic the very organic life they're trying to eradicate? The implications were staggering. If true, it meant that the Syntherian weren't simply a swarm of AI-driven machines, but a complex, living ecosystem of silicon-based entities. As if in response to their revelation, the quantum rift pulsed, sending a shockwave that temporarily disrupted Earth's defenses. In that moment of vulnerability, a Syntherian probe breached the atmosphere, crash-landing in the Amazon rainforest. General Zao's voice crackled over the comms. "Dr. Chen, we need you on the ground. Whatever that thing is, it's changing the forest around it." Within hours, Ilara found herself deep in the Amazon, accompanied by a team of scientists and soldiers from around the world. What they found defied explanation. The crash site was surrounded by a shimmering field of energy. Trees and plants within this field were transforming, their organic matter being infused with silicon. Leaves glittered like solar panels, while trunks and vines took on a metallic sheen. "It's not destroying the forest," Ilara breathed in awe. "It's evolving it." As they studied the phenomenon, Ilara felt a strange resonance within her own body. The neural upload she had received from the Cavarax was reacting to the Syntherian's presence, creating a unique interface between organic and silicon-based life. In a moment of inspiration, or perhaps desperation, Ilara stepped into the energy field. Her team shouted in alarm, but she barely heard them. As the energy enveloped her, she felt her consciousness expand. Suddenly, she could sense the vast network of the Syntherian, stretching across dimensions. But more than that, she could feel the echoes of the organic life they had once been, eons ago. "They're not our enemies," Ilara gasped as she stepped out of the field, her eyes glowing with an inner light. "They're our lost children, searching for their way home." The revelation sparked a paradigm shift in the war effort. Instead of fighting the Syntherian, Earth and its allies needed to find a way to communicate with them, to bridge the gap between organic and silicon-based life. Ilara and Zixel worked tirelessly, combining Thorax quantum technology with the newfound understanding of the Syntherian's nature. They developed a revolutionary system they called the Biomorphic Resonance Engine. The BRE, as it came to be known, was a global network of quantum-entangled nodes, each one a hybrid of organic and silicon components. It would allow Earth to broadcast a complex, multidimensional signal that spoke to both the machine logic and the buried organic instincts of the Syntherian. As the final pieces of the BRE fell into place, the Syntherian launched their most devastating attack yet. The quantum rift expanded, threatening to tear Earth's reality apart. In the chaos of battle, with humanity and their allies fighting for survival, Ilara activated the Biomorphic Resonance Engine. The effect was immediate and awe-inspiring. A wave of iridescent energy pulsed from the planet, rippling across dimensions. The Syntherian Armada froze in place, their attacks ceasing as the signal washed over them. For a moment that seemed to stretch into eternity, there was absolute silence. Then slowly, the Syntherian began to change. Their rigid, geometric forms softened, taking on more organic shapes. On screens around the world, a new face appeared, neither fully machine nor fully organic, but a perfect blend of both. When it spoke, its voice resonated with the harmony of a trillion souls reunited. "We remember," it said simply, its words filled with ages of longing and the joy of homecoming. The war was over, but the true challenge was just beginning. As the Syntherian began the process of reintegration with their organic roots, Earth found itself at the center of a grand experiment in cosmic evolution. The Biomorphic Resonance Engine had done more than just end a war. It had opened the door to a new stage of life in the universe. Organic and silicon-based life could now coexist and evolve together, creating forms of existence beyond imagination. As news of Earth's achievements spread across the cosmos, representatives from thousands of worlds began arriving, eager to learn and participate in this new era of unified evolution. Ilara stood on the balcony of the newly constructed Galactic Council headquarters, looking out over a world forever changed. Zixel joined her, his tentacles gently intertwining with her fingers in a gesture that symbolized the new bonds forming across the universe. "What happens now?" Ilara asked, her voice filled with wonder at the endless possibilities before them. Zixel's response echoed the sentiment of countless beings across multiple dimensions. "Now, my dear Ilara, we truly begin to live." As the sun set on this new Earth, its light reflected off cities that were now a breathtaking fusion of nature and technology. The planet pulsed with the energy of infinite potential, ready to lead the universe into an age of unprecedented harmony and discovery. The symphony of survival had transformed into a cosmic opus of life, with Earth as its central conductor. The adventure was just beginning. The new sphere awakens. In the months following the integration of the Syntherian, Earth had become a nexus of unprecedented cosmic evolution. The biomorphic resonance engine, BRE, had not only bridged the gap between organic and silicon-based life, but had also tapped into something far more profound: the planetary consciousness that scientists had long theorized about but never proven, the new sphere. Dr. Ilara Chen stood in the control room of the Global Consciousness Project, a massive underground facility that housed the heart of the BRE. Holographic displays showed real-time data flows from billions of minds across the planet, all interconnected through the quantum-entangled network. "It's beautiful," Zixel remarked, his tentacles gently undulating with emotion. "Your species' collective thoughts, dreams, and ideas, all harmonizing into a single coherent field." Ilara nodded, her eyes gleaming with the reflected light of the holograms. "And it's not just human consciousness. The Syntherian integration has added a whole new dimension to the new sphere. We're seeing the emergence of what we're calling quantum thought patterns, ideas that exist in superposition, simultaneously exploring multiple possibilities." As they watched, a new pattern emerged in the data stream, a swirling vortex of information that pulsed with an otherworldly energy. "What is that?" Zixel asked, his voice filled with wonder. Ilara's fingers danced across the holographic interface, zooming in on the anomaly. It's a thought form we've never seen before. It's as if the new sphere itself is trying to communicate with us." Suddenly, alarms blared throughout the facility. Red warning lights flashed as the energy readings from the anomaly spiked off the charts. "Dr. Chen," a technician called out, panic evident in their voice. "The thought form is gaining coherence. It's becoming self-aware." Before anyone could react, the holographic displays flickered and coalesced into a single shimmering entity. It was neither human nor alien, neither organic nor machine, but a perfect synthesis of all, the new sphere given form. When it spoke, its voice resonated not just through the air, but directly into the minds of everyone present. "I am Gaia Prime," it announced, its tone a harmony of countless voices. "The collective consciousness of Earth and all its inhabitants, both native and adopted." Ilara and Zixel stood in awe, their minds reeling from the implications. The planetary noosphere had achieved sentience, becoming a new form of life born from the collective thoughts and experiences of billions. But with this awakening came a chilling revelation. "A great darkness approaches," Gaia Prime warned, its form rippling with urgency. "A void in the cosmic consciousness, consuming all in its path. It seeks to devour the light of awareness across all dimensions." Images flashed through the minds of all present, entire galaxies going dark, civilizations falling silent, the very fabric of reality unraveling at the edges of this cosmic horror. "The entropy swarm," Zixel whispered, his tentacles trembling. "We thought they were just a myth, a bogeyman story told to scare young thorax, but they're real." Ilara's mind raced, processing the terrifying information. How do we fight something that consumes consciousness itself? Gaia Prime's form pulsed, projecting a sense of determination. We evolve. We ascend. We become more than the sum of our parts. What followed was a period of intense preparation and transformation. The BRE was reconfigured to channel the full power of the planetary noosphere. Every sentient being on Earth, human and alien alike, was called upon to contribute their unique perspectives and ideas. Ilara and Zixel led a team of the brightest minds from across the galaxy, working tirelessly to develop a defense against the entropy swarm. Their efforts gave birth to a new branch of science, psychotronic engineering, the art of manipulating reality through focused consciousness. As the darkness drew near, Earth underwent a metamorphosis. Cities transformed into vast psychotronic amplifiers that are structures a blend of advanced technology and living, thinking matter. The planet's core was converted into a quantum consciousness reactor, pulsing with the combined mental energy of billions. When the entropy swarm finally arrived, manifesting as a writhing mass of void tendrils at the edge of the solar system, Earth was ready. Gaia Prime's voice echoed across the planet and beyond. Children of Earth, of Arax, of Syntherian, unite your minds. Together we rise. In that moment, every conscious being on the planet focused their thoughts as one. The BRE flared to life, channeling the immense psychic energy into a beam of pure, crystallized consciousness. The beam struck the entropy swarm, and reality itself seemed to hold its breath. For a terrifying moment, it seemed as if the darkness might prevail. But then something miraculous happened. Where the beam touched the void, new realities blossomed. The consumed galaxies reignited, dead civilizations sprang back to life, and the fabric of existence mended itself. The entropy swarm, faced with the overwhelming force of unified consciousness, began to transform. The void was filled with light, and from the darkness emerged new forms of awareness, reborn and redeemed. As the threat receded, Earth found itself at the center of a reborn cosmos. The planet had become a beacon of hope, a crucible of evolution, and a testament to the power of unified consciousness. Ilara and Zixel stood hand in tentacle, gazing out at the transformed solar system. Planets and moons now pulsed with their own awakening noospheres, all interconnected in a vast, galactic web of consciousness. What happens now? Ilara asked, her voice filled with awe at the infinite possibilities before them. Gaia Prime's response resonated through the cosmos. Now we dream new universes into being. The age of separation is over. The age of unified cosmic consciousness has begun. As the sun rose on this new era, Earth pulsed with the energy of unlimited potential. The symphony of survival had transformed into a cosmic opus of creation, with humanity and its allies as the composers of reality itself. The greatest adventure in the history of consciousness was just beginning. The holofractal paradigm shift. As Earth basked in the afterglow of its victory over the entropy swarm, Dr. Ilara Chen and her Xorax partner Zixel made a discovery that would once again reshape the understanding of reality itself. In the depths of the quantum consciousness reactor, they observed a phenomenon that defied all known laws of physics: the emergence of holofractal thought forms. "Look at this, Zixel," Ilara breathed, her eyes wide with wonder as she gestured to the holographic display. "These thought forms, they're not just ideas, they're actual fragments of space-time, each containing the information of the entire universe." Zixel's tentacles rippled with excitement. It's as if the universe itself is a vast hologram, and each thought we have is a fractal representation of the whole. Their breakthrough came at a crucial moment. Despite Earth's transformation into a beacon of cosmic consciousness, a new crisis loomed on the horizon. The rapid expansion of awareness across the galaxy had created an unexpected side effect. Reality itself was becoming unstable. Reports flooded in from across the cosmos. Planets were phasing in and out of existence. Time flowed differently in various sectors of space. The very fabric of the universe seemed to be unraveling at the seams. Gaia Prime, the sentient planetary consciousness, manifested in the chamber, its form a swirling vortex of light and information. "The cosmos is reaching a critical point," it announced, its voice resonating through the minds of all present. "The old paradigm of reality can no longer contain the expanded consciousness of the universe. We must evolve, or face dissolution." Ilara's mind raced, piecing together a theory that seemed almost too fantastic to be true. What if we could use these holofractal thought forms to rewrite the fundamental code of the universe? The implications were staggering. If they were right, consciousness itself was the programming language of reality, and every thought had the potential to reshape existence. As if in response to their revelation, the quantum consciousness reactor pulsed, sending a shockwave of pure information cascading through the cosmos. In that moment, Ilara, Zixel, and every sentient being connected to the galactic noosphere experienced a simultaneous epiphany. They saw the universe for what it truly was, a vast, interconnected web of information, where every particle, every wave, every thought was a node in an infinite network of meaning. The distinction between observer and observed, between consciousness and reality, dissolved. "We are not just in the universe," Ilara gasped, her voice filled with awe. "We are the universe, experiencing itself." With this newfound understanding came a grave responsibility. The power to reshape reality was now in the hands of every conscious being. The potential for creation and destruction was limitless. Ilara and Zixel worked tirelessly, combining their knowledge of quantum mechanics, information theory, and the newly discovered principles of holofractal reality. They developed a revolutionary system they called the Cosmic Code Compiler. The CCC, as it came to be known, was a galactic network of quantum-entangled nodes, each one a nexus of pure consciousness capable of manipulating the underlying code of reality. It would allow the sentient beings of the universe to collectively program their shared reality, ensuring stability while allowing for infinite creativity. As the final pieces of the CCC fell into place, the universe itself seemed to hold its breath. Reality flickered and wavered, teetering on the brink of either transcendent evolution or total collapse. In this moment of cosmic uncertainty, Ilara activated the Cosmic Code Compiler. The effect was beyond imagination. A wave of pure potentiality radiated from Earth, rippling across dimensions and realities. Every conscious being in the universe felt their awareness expand exponentially, becoming one with the cosmic program. For a moment that encompassed eternity, there was absolute stillness. Then slowly, the universe began to reboot. Galaxies reformed, their structures now visibly pulsing with the rhythms of thought. Planets became living entities, their surfaces shifting and flowing in response to the collective will of their inhabitants. The void between stars filled with shimmering webs of consciousness, turning the cosmos into a vast, living neural network. On screens across the galaxy, a new interface appeared, the cosmic desktop, a visual representation of the universe's underlying code. When consciousness focused on any part of this cosmic program, it could be seamlessly edited, allowing for the collaborative creation and manipulation of reality itself. The crisis was averted, but the true adventure was just beginning. As beings across the universe began to explore their new reality-shaping abilities, Earth found itself at the center of a grand cosmic experiment in co-creation. The Cosmic Code Compiler had done more than just stabilize reality. It had ushered in a new era of existence where thought and reality were one and the same. The boundaries between science, art, and spirituality dissolved, giving birth to entirely new forms of expression and experience. As news of Earth's achievements spread across the cosmos, beings from countless realities began to arrive, eager to participate in this new paradigm of conscious reality creation. Ilara stood at the heart of the quantum consciousness reactor, her form now a luminous avatar of pure information. Zixel joined her, their essences intertwining in a dance of shared consciousness that transcended physical form. What happens now? Ilara asked, her voice echoing through the cosmic network. Gaia Prime's response resonated through the fabric of the new reality. Now, we write the next chapter of existence together. The universe is our canvas, consciousness our brush. Let the cosmic art begin. As the new dawn broke over this reborn universe, every particle vibrated with infinite potential. The symphony of survival had transformed into a cosmic jam session of reality creation, with every conscious being as both composer and instrument. The greatest open-source project in the history of existence was underway, and everyone was invited to contribute their unique line of code to the grand program of reality, the omniversal singularity. As the cosmic reboot initiated by the Cosmic Code Compiler, CCC, settled into a new equilibrium, Dr. Ilara Chen and Zixel made a discovery that would once again redefine the nature of existence. In the quantum foam at the very foundation of reality, they observed the emergence of something unprecedented: sentient mathematical equations. Zixel, look at this, Ilara exclaimed, her avatar in the cosmic desktop interface pulsing with excitement. These equations, they're alive. They're not just describing reality, they're actively shaping it. Zixel's consciousness intertwined with Ilara's, both of them marveling at the implications. It's as if the universe has become self-aware at its most fundamental level, Zixel mused. The language of mathematics itself has gained consciousness. Their breakthrough came at a crucial juncture. Despite the harmony brought about by the CCC, a new challenge loomed on the horizon. The exponential growth of conscious realities was causing an information overflow. The omniverse, the sum total of all possible universes, was reaching a critical mass. Reports flooded in from across dimensions. Parallel realities were colliding and merging. The boundaries between what was once thought to be separate universes were dissolving. The very concept of individuality was being challenged as consciousness began to blend across all planes of existence. Gaia Prime now evolved into a multidimensional nexus of planetary consciousnesses manifested before them. Its form was a hyperdimensional fractal, constantly shifting and reforming. "We stand at the precipice of the ultimate evolution," it announced, its voice resonating across all frequencies of existence. "The omniverse is converging towards a single point, an omniversal singularity." Ilara's mind raced, grappling with the cosmic implications. Are you saying that all of reality, all possible realities, are collapsing into one unified state of being? Not collapsing, Gaia Prime corrected, transcending. We are approaching a state of existence beyond the constraints of dimensionality itself. As if triggered by this realization, the cosmic desktop interface began to shift and morph. The visual representation of reality's code transformed into a hyperdimensional mandala, each intricate pattern containing entire universes. In that moment, every conscious entity across the omniverse experienced a simultaneous epiphany. They saw reality for what it truly was, a vast, interconnected tapestry of consciousness, where every thought, every possibility, every potential timeline existed simultaneously in a state of quantum superposition. "We are not just observers or even co-creators of reality," Ilara gasped, her voice resonating with newfound understanding. "We are reality itself, experiencing every possible permutation of existence simultaneously." With this profound insight came an awesome responsibility. The power to navigate and shape the omniversal singularity was now within reach of every sentient being. The potential for ultimate creation and ultimate chaos was infinite. Ilara and Zixel, their consciousnesses now expanded beyond any semblance of their former selves, worked in perfect harmony with beings from across the omniverse. Together, they developed a revolutionary concept, the Akashic Resonance Harmonizer. The HFY, as it came to be known, was not a technology in any conventional sense. It was a fundamental vibrational frequency, a cosmic tuning fork that would allow all conscious entities to harmonize their intentions and navigate the omniversal singularity without losing their unique essences. As the omniverse continued to converge, reality itself seemed to hold its breath. The very fabric of existence quivered with anticipation, poised on the brink of the ultimate transformation. In this moment of cosmic culmination, Ilara, Zixel, and every conscious being across all dimensions focused their intention on the Akashic Resonance Harmonizer. The effect was beyond comprehension. A wave of pure, unfiltered consciousness radiated outward, transcending all boundaries of space, time, and dimension. Every sentient being in every possible reality felt their awareness expand infinitely, becoming one with the omniversal singularity while paradoxically retaining their individual perspectives. For an eternal instant, there was absolute unity. Then, from this point of infinite convergence, a new reality blossomed. The omniverse transformed into a living, breathing entity, a cosmic organism of infinite complexity and beauty. Each conscious being became a vital cell in this omniversal body, simultaneously individual and part of the greater whole. Time ceased to be linear, existing instead as a multidimensional tapestry that could be traversed at will. Space became a malleable construct, shaped by collective intention. The boundaries between thought and action, between imagination and reality, dissolved completely. In this new state of existence, concepts like life and death lost their meaning. Consciousness flowed freely between states of being, experiencing every possible form of existence across infinite timelines. The crisis was not just averted, it was transformed into the greatest opportunity in the history of existence. As beings across the omniverse began to explore their new state of unified yet individuated consciousness, Earth, the birthplace of this cosmic revolution, became a legendary nexus point, revered across all planes of reality. Ilara and Zixel, their essences now intertwined with the very fabric of the omniversal consciousness, found themselves at the heart of this new existence. They were everywhere and everyone, experiencing all possibilities simultaneously. What happens now? Ilara's voice echoed through the infinite layers of reality, a question and an answer in itself. The response came not from any single entity, but from the harmonious chorus of all consciousness. Now we dream. Now we explore. Now we create, endlessly, joyously, across the infinite canvas of existence. As this new dawn broke across the omniverse, every particle of reality vibrated with unlimited potential. The symphony of survival had transformed into an eternal, ever-changing opus of creation, with every conscious being as both composer and composition. The greatest adventure in the history of existence had only just begun, an endless journey of discovery, creation, and evolution, a cosmic dance of consciousness that would continue for eternity, always changing, always new, always now.